I was to ask you, what do you want to do? Not just for today, or tomorrow, or next week, or next year, but what do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do next? Feeling lost is something anyone can experience at any age. Whether that's you turning 18 and just coming fresh out of education, or in your 40s or even in your 60s. At any age you might find yourself asking, what do I really want to do with my life? And coming up with no clear answer. If you find yourself surrounded by others who seem to have found that passion, that hobby that they can just lose themselves in the zone with, or know what type of path or career path they want to take in life, they know what they want to experience, they know how they want to live, the life they want to live, maybe even where they want to move to. If you find yourself lacking that same sense of direction, not having any answers or even a clue to them yourself, not having any interest or hobbies that you can just get into that flow state with, well, life can feel meaningless. The things you do in the grand scheme of things can feel like they lack purpose. Everything can feel a little bit aimless, and you can just feel like you're progressing or developing slower than everyone else around you. So, what advice can I actually offer you that other videos on this topic probably haven't? Well, for starters, I actually had that. All of that. I managed to get to a point in life where I had some of that clarity. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to become, the type of life I wanted to live. But due to my mental health declining and my sense of self-degrading as the years have gone by, I lost it all again. And now I find myself making this same journey all over again. And that's exactly what I came to realize it is. It's a journey. I know we say these people know what they want to do, or in my case, I knew. But the truth is that they know now. They didn't always. No single soul comes out of the womb with the knowledge of what they want to be called and what type of life they want to live. Nor does someone suddenly acquire that knowledge the minute they turn a certain age. These things are discovered. They aren't known. And you are not alone in feeling the way you are. Because everyone who has that has at some point felt this way. Everyone who has that certainty now, or at one point has, they will have gone through this. Looking at it, a vast amount of our life, 18 to, 21 in some countries, your life, it isn't fully decided for you. You don't have as much freedom and agency as you do as an adult. Education curriculums are strict. You have to study subject Y and X, and they aren't structured in an appropriate way to help you develop into an individual. The models are outdated, and they're mostly about hitting a certain number or a certain grade. They're not really structured around actual progress beyond anything academic. How you want to dress. If you were like me, you had that basically curated by my parents. What you do with your free time, what you do with what little pocket money you probably have. You are a product of your environment for a vast amount of those years. Unless you were the few who had a certain setting that actually allowed you to explore and develop yourself as an individual. And that's a key factor to keep in mind with all this. It's environment. Because the situation you currently find yourself in, the nature of the atmosphere of where you are right now, the people you're living with, the way you even find yourself feeling on a daily basis, how you are financially, if you're not in the right setting where you are given the right tools and the right reinforcement and just the right atmosphere, It's not impossible, but it does make finding this sense of certainty and direction harder. It makes finding yourself harder. It is possible. I managed to find that thing that gets you into the zone and the flow-like state, and to find a passion, a drive that I knew I wanted to do as a career. And it was honestly during one of the worst environments I've ever experienced in my life. The state of your life right now, if you don't have the energy, or you have a lack of desire, or you have all these other things piling on top of you that are taking priority, focusing on this, doing that self-discovery. If your life is hectic now, if it's draining, if you're struggling mentally or even financially, living paycheck to paycheck, things like, what do you want to do in the grand scheme of things? What do you want to do with your life? And everything related is going to be the last of your worries, let alone concerns. And sometimes we aren't ready to think about these sort of things, or make that first step to find that sense of direction, find that clarity, find ourselves. And that's okay. There's no shame if you don't know, if you aren't sure yet. This isn't something you should rush into, and please don't let anyone make you feel like you should. Regardless what maybe some cultures and traditions might say, you should take it at your own pace. Life isn't linear. I know that the way our education is structured and other things in society might give the impression that everyone progresses at the same pace. Just some people go slower or some people go faster. It's not the case. We don't all have to join in this rat race to get to the same point in life. If you do, honestly, you're not living for yourself. You're living to keep up with others, and what exact satisfaction is that? There's not much fulfillment to be found in that. Life, it isn't an RPG. You don't have to rush around and max out your stats. It's not, Genshin. You don't need to grind and grind and grind to continue. Life can be, just like Minecraft. You can boot up Minecraft. There's no real set goal. You can finish the game if you want, but how long you take to get there is at your own pace. There's no time limit. There's nothing really rushing you or forcing you. You don't have to take that step and finish it. There's nothing stopping you from just turning it on and goofing around with friends. Now, I'm going to be as honest and clear as day with you. This subject is incredibly subjective, and the main takeaway from that is no blog, no person, no video, no Reddit post, no Twitter post. Nothing is going to have the straightforward answer. Not because it doesn't exist, but because the answer that you will find, the things that call out to you, the things that will become that next burning passion, the things that you will just discover and think, oh my god, I would like my life to be like that. Or I feel like this calls out to me. Or, yeah, that sits right with me. It's not going to be the same for anyone. It's not someone can decide for you, let alone content creators online. While that is the case, I can share with you what I found helped me. What actually helped foster finding those things when I did. And what I've seen help others as well. One thing you are doing as you go through this, you are developing something called a self-ideal. Self-ideal is a psychological concept, and it essentially refers to your ideal self. And that can be anything. It's whatever you're striving for. It could be a body type, it could be a certain status, it could be a certain position in life, it could be in a being in a relationship, it could be a wealth of things. And if you don't have a idea of where you're going in life, if you don't have a giant answer to that, what can help to build a foundation, to make life a little less aimless, is to put things to work towards. And I'm not just talking goals, things that have actual purpose. Something to try, something to give a go. something to put your energy towards, so life isn't just you kind of going through the flow constantly. It's okay and perfectly fine to relax and take life as it is. There's no right or wrong way about living life, but when you don't have a destination in mind, you have no journey to make. And that's why it can feel isolating, empty. It can feel purposeless. So giving yourself a purpose by giving yourself things to work towards. Start small if possible. Start with things that you can realistically achieve and that are feasible. And one of the key things from this is it's all about exploration. And that sounds vague, but being realistic, the games you like, the franchises you like, the TV shows, the food, every preference you have, you didn't just discover at random. You ate something you never tried and you either hated it or you loved it. You turned on a TV show, and if you're my generation, probably got massively traumatized and God knows what cartoon. You watched whatever was on Netflix, I guess. You heard about friends talking about a game they were playing and it was like, oh, okay, I'll give that a go. You didn't suddenly have the preferences you do now for no reason. It was through the act of actively engaging with people, engaging with things, trying out new things, and that is one of the things that you'll need to do. Finding what calls out to you, whatever you're looking for. It is literally that. It's looking around at life. I didn't discover mine at random. I found a subject, I was mildly interested in it, looked into it deeper, later completely had no interest, and then I expanded on it out of curiosity, and someday I just came across something that I can't even articulate. It gave me such a wealth of fulfillment and satisfaction, and I could ramble about it for 8 hours, honestly. And I would lose myself in it. And I love the impact it made on me. So yeah, explore life, try out new things, go to workshops if you have the ability to. If you have even an interest and maybe it's not something super strong, try it. See if it expands. You might have tried traditional art, might not have worked out for you. Have you tried digital? You tried other things? You don't know until you actually give it a go, to be honest. And one thing I'm going to mention that I never thought I'd mention, the one thing that actually helped me a vast amount, was values. Now listen, I love philosophy, but I've always hated ethics. I feel like we can debate morals until the sun goes down. But honestly, sitting there, both re-evaluating and revisiting how I think about things, and thinking about things I never really did, not about myself, but trying to answer questions that I never really had asked before, about reality, about politics, about everything and anything. Just, it kind of opened my eyes. It wasn't so much about finding what ism and what type of thinking category or political compass I fit into. Never really liked being defined by that. But it actually helped a great deal to build a sense of self, to actually develop myself, because it gave me clarity, it gave me some certainty in life. It gave me, I think this sits well with me. No, this doesn't, I can't subscribe to this. It's definitely something I never thought I would mention in relation to this, but no, it honestly helped me a lot. So I implore you to do it. Revisit everything that you think, everything you believe, and listen to the opposing or the alternatives. Think about things that you have never thought about. And one of the things you can do, while you don't know what you want in the whole big picture, focus on what you actually do know now. What are you drawn to now? What interests you now? It can be something you can build upon, build a foundation to live on for now. And who knows, it might even expand to something you never expected. even the people you watch, your idols or content creators, or I guess we're going to use influencers, um, the way they are, the people they are, the life they have, maybe the people you look up to, maybe there's something in that you can see, that you think, oh, actually, I want that. Now, it goes without saying, we've been talking a lot about developing and becoming something. When it comes to that, when it comes to the self-ideal, when it comes to developing yourself, there's something that I feel like isn't mentioned enough, and I'm going to try and mention it as briefly as I can. The reasons why you want that is never a bad thing to look into. You can avoid so many years of chasing after something that you think is what you want in life and you think is going to bring you satisfaction, and it turns out you were chasing after a life that you never actually wanted or never even knew what it'd be like. Someone might see a content creator and think, okay, this person seems to have everything figured out, I want their life, and you want it for different reasons, and it turns out to be not the way you want it, or most commonly, unconscious desires. Someone unconsciously wants to, I don't know, get appeasement from people, their parents or their partners, and they become a people pleaser. They get a job as a nurse, and they get the grade, they get the job, and they feel nothing. Why? Because it was an inauthentic desire. The practice of actually questioning why you want those things, why you're drawn to them, and if you actually want them for the reasons you think. For example, you might be drawn to a certain interest. You might think, oh, okay, I want to do this as a career, but you don't know what that career is like. It's things like that. It's seeing where you know your certainties. Now, I know you don't have it right now. I know you don't have that answer that I asked in the first part of this video. But what I'm going to implore you to do is to be wary to focus 110% on finding it. What I mean by that is, normally there's a phrase, life is about the journey, not the destination. I'm not about to chill that down your throat. If anything, I think it's a false dichotomy. A fancy word for this is neither. It's neither about the destination nor the journey. Life can be about both. It's a balance. You need a sense of direction in life. You need something to work towards. And when you don't have that, it's going to be about going with the flow. It's going to be about living in the present. And it can be so detrimental to focus so hard on getting to that destination or getting to some form of destination that you put all your energy into, all your time into it. You don't spend time with your partner, your friends, you exert everything towards it. Because you cannot. It does not give you the ability to live in the now. And even if the now is not great, you need that balance. Because when you do get to that destination, it might not feel that great. You might be too drained or too burned out or too stressed. And the other thing is not to focus too much on the journey. Yes, the journey is important, but it's not everything. If you stay on the go with the flow so long that you forget why you started the journey in the process, then it becomes aimless. So it's having a balance between the two. Too much of either is detrimental, and yeah, it doesn't feel great. Take for someone who's done it. I did the whole chasing destination for years and years and years, and I did exactly what I said. I didn't hang out with friends or partners. I exerted all my energy towards it, and yeah, it burned me out. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have. I don't have any magical words or the big answer, because again, this is something that you yourself have to find, have to discover, as frustrating as that is. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment and subscribe. I really wanted to try something like this for a long time. I've just been putting it off and off. If you do want to see some cringy voice acting, I'm going to leave some in the video cards. Have fun, I guess. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next one. Bye!